Hello, welcome to the Movie Zone. The final episode of Season 1 dawns upon us as the Seven Kingdoms feel the aftermath of Lord Eddard Stark's death. As usual, spoilers ahead, so be ready. Let's begin. Sir Ilyn Payne holds the bloody greatsword with one hand and lifts Ned Stark's head with the other. Yoren drags Arya away from the scene and changes her appearance. He plans on bringing her north on his way to the Wall. Bran is having the same dream sequence with the three-eyed raven. He's now awake, sitting on Osha's shoulders, recounting his dream about seeing Ned in the crypts. They decide to enter the crypts and are frightened when a direwolf leaps on them. Turns out it belongs to Rickon Stark, Ned and Catelyn's youngest. The young Stark claims to have also seen Ned in the crypts, making Osha uneasy. Maester Luwin meets Bran in the courtyard and breaks the news of Ned's execution. The Stark bannermen pay their respects to the widowed Catelyn Stark in camp. She's about to break down and cry when she sees Robb taking his anger out on a tree, swearing he'll kill every last one of them. Her motherly instincts kick in, and she starts hugging her son tightly. She says they should get Arya and Sansa back first, and then we will kill them all. A singer performs a song about King Robert's death in the Red Keep. Joffrey sarcastically claps and thanks the singer for the rendition. Marillion begs for mercy and swears he won't sing of it again. The king asks him which he prefers, his fingers or his tongue. He is stunned by fear and tells Joffrey every man needs hands. Tongue it is. Joffrey orders Sir Ilyn Payne to cut his tongue off. Joffrey sees Sansa on his way out and asks her to walk with him. Sansa goes with the king, followed by the Kingsguard. They see the castle walls, spectacularly decorated with the heads of traitors. She sees her father's decapitated head and quickly looks away. Septa Mordane's head is also there. Joffrey forces her to look, telling her he'll soon bring Robb's head as well. Or maybe he'll give me yours, Sansa replies. By the king's orders, Meryn Trant slaps Sansa. She's thinking of pushing Joffrey off the wooden platform, but Sir Sandor Clegane intervenes and wipes her face. He advises her to save herself some pain and give what the king wants. Robb is having a strategy meeting with his bannermen, debating which Baratheon to serve, Stannis Baratheon or Renly Baratheon. The great Jon Umber wants to serve neither of those men, saying they'd simply rule from some flowery seat in the south. He suggests ruling themselves once again, pointing out it was the dragons they bowed down to, and now the dragons are all dead. He unsheathes his sword and kneels before Robb, proclaiming him as the King of the North. The other lords soon follow suit. Later that night, Catelyn visits Jaime Lannister, who looks pretty banged up. She smacks him with a rock and learns it was him who pushed Bran off the tower. She asks why, and he answers, "I hoped the fall would kill him." Cersei receives the news of Jaime's capture after sleeping with her cousin Lancel Lannister. Tywin's war council tries to consider their options. Kevan Lannister suggests the idea of peace, but Tyrion scoffs at it, saying peace is no longer an option now that Ned Stark's dead. After dispatching the Mountain to bring fire to the Riverlands, Tywin recognizes Tyrion's useful abilities and appoints him as Hand of the King in his stead. Daenerys wakes up and learns her son didn't make it out alive. Mary Mazdur comes in and reveals the child was scaled like a lizard, blind, with leather wings like those of a bat. Only death can pay for life. Despite just giving birth, Daenerys forces herself to see her husband. Khal Drogo is alive, but is in a vegetative state. The sorceress reveals she purposely did this to avoid any potential bloodshed caused by the stallion who mounts the world. Hours later, Dany uses a pillow to put Drogo out of his misery. Jon prepares his horse to take off and abandon his duties as a brother of the Night's Watch. Sam tries to stop him, but he runs away anyway. After an intense chase and some careful talking, his friends manage to stop him from abandoning his post. The next day, Mormont reveals he knew of Jon's moonlight ride, but he won't punish him for it. He briefs Jon on what's about to happen. The Night's Watch will ride beyond the wall in force to investigate and find Benjen Stark. After enjoying a history lesson with Ros, Grand Maester Pycelle reveals he's only faking his frailness to fool the people around him. After doing a few stretches, he switches back to old man mode as he opens the door and leaves his chambers. Yoren instructs Arya to call herself Aery the Orphan Boy. Aery the Orphan Boy is on his way to becoming a Night's Watch member. She meets a bully named Hot Pie, who tries stealing her sword. The Dothraki prepare a funeral pyre for the fallen Khal Drogo. Daenerys puts her valuable dragon eggs beside her husband. She orders the Dothraki to tie Mirri Maz Duur to the pyre, and declares all who remained as part of her khalasar. With her torch, she starts the ceremony and walks into it, engulfing her with the flames. The next day, Jorah and the remaining Dothraki are surprised to see Daenerys unharmed. A winged and scaly beast climbs up her shoulder. It's a dragon hatchling. She rises to her feet, holding all 3 dragons. Everyone bows down at the sight of their new queen. A hatchling spreads its wings and lets out a screech, followed by the other 2, adding to the dragon song, unheard for hundreds of years. What do you think about this show and this season? Tell us more in the comments below. Check out other episodes on our channel and get ready for Game of Thrones Season 2. See you next time.